How to increase your emotional intelligence. Have you met someone with a remarkable level of emotional intelligence and aspired to be like them before? Do you know what it means to be emotionally intelligent? The term was actually popularized by science journalist Daniel Goleman, who defined it as the array of skills and characteristics that drive leadership performance. I am, however, more drawn to Wikipedia's definition, which says it is the capacity to be aware of, control and express one's emotions, and to handle interpersonal relationships judiciously. Even if we do not totally understand what it means to be emotionally intelligent, we have heard time and again that emotional intelligence is necessary for work, interactions, and life in general. In today's video, I will be talking to you about emotional intelligence and some ways you can increase it. Remember to subscribe and like our video even as we begin. Number 1. Embrace yourself and your emotions. That's right, embracing who you are and how you feel is one of the basic steps to increasing your emotional quotient. What kind of person are you? How do you think about yourself and your surroundings? How do you express emotion in a given circumstance? Understanding yourself will help you know why you portray certain emotions and assist you in discarding attitudes that do not injure to the benefit of you or anyone else around you. The only way to know how to work on something is to be aware of its existence, accept it, and work towards it. A characteristic of emotional intelligence, according to Daniel Goleman, is self-awareness, and embracing yourself allows you to do just that. Number 2. Be confident. To increase your level of emotional intelligence, learn to have self-confidence. Your capacity to control and express your emotions must be done with a high sense of assurance in yourself. Make positive decisions and stand by them. Emotionally intelligent people know how to be unapologetic and assertive in whatever endeavor they find themselves in. They recognize the need to trust in themselves and abilities without fear and intimidation. Do not compare yourself and achievements to that of anyone because they are not the goal and standard. Number 3. Speak with consideration. A characteristic of emotional intelligence is empathy. The world surely does not revolve around you and your ideologies. To increase emotional intelligence, learn to speak to people in a kind manner and tone. Other people are going through experiences and dealing with situations you have no knowledge about. Regardless of the circumstance, learn to consider your words and the effect it can have on your relationship later on. If you want to have a certain kind of effect, know what to say but in the politest manner possible. Always remember that it is equally necessary to consider the other party's emotions as well. Number 4. Do not act on impulse. Do not act on impulse. Regardless of what accounts of it, impulsive decisions are never the best. One other critical element of emotional intelligence is self-regulation. When tempted to react, especially in a bad situation, control yourself and opt for a more rational approach. For instance, if you are a leader in an organization and assign tasks to your subordinate for which they negligently fail to do, the most effective response will be to quickly think of the shortest possible way to accomplish the task first and serve them the needed corrections and disciplines afterwards. If you begin to yell and throw things around, you put yourself in a frenzy and nothing good can come out of that. Do not forget also that misunderstandings could arise in some instances, and acting before you think could affect negatively the outcome of a situation which would have turned out better. Number 5. Assess the emotions of people in a conversation. Conversations go beyond verbal expressions. It is in the expressions, emotions, and other nonverbal details as well. People with a high level of emotional quotient do not just speak with people, they notice other things that enable them to adequately understand them. Instead of just focusing on the words of a speaker, learn to read into their mannerisms and the emotions they express as well if you want to increase the intelligence you have of emotions. Number 6. Be positive. Think positively and remain positive at all times. To increase your level of emotional intelligence, you should not give room to negative thoughts. Learn to motivate yourself at all times, not looking at your present predicament, but confirming your aspirations and dreams. One thing about such people is that they have a high level of control and so do not allow just any thought to swerve them off their path. They simply do not give up. Number 7. Be approachable. Social skills are important requirements for emotional intelligence. People do not necessarily have to like you, but you must possess skills that make you open, ready, and willing to listen. Most thriving business organizations and companies have leaders who possess this type of skill. You should be able to properly socialize and interact with different kinds of people at different levels. Some of the common social skills include effective communication, active listening, and respect. These are just a few. If you realize you lack in an area of socializing, remember to work on that. Number 8. Take critique well. Criticisms may not be a pleasant phenomenon, but a lot can be learned from it. There are times other people can see what is on us better than we can see for ourselves. An emotionally intelligent person recognizes the need to accept criticisms duly and work on their lacking areas. If for anything at all, this builds and shapes you. Some of the greatest people in the world were heavily criticized, and it only created a path for more development for them in their respective fields. Not everyone who disagrees with you is a hater. Accept criticisms and corrections, sieve them out, and learn from the ones that will help you. To end, I just want to remind you that emotional intelligence is a wonderful skill to possess, and it goes a long way in distinguishing you from others. Emotionally intelligent people are usually very positive, have better psychological well-being and health as compared to others. They are also great achievers and are constantly viewed in a positive light. It has been proved that despite some assertions that people are born with emotional intelligence, it is an aspect that can be learned and employed in daily interactions. We have come to the end of today's video, and I would like to once again thank you for joining me as I discuss some elements of the emotionally intelligent person. If you have not subscribed, kindly do so, and remember to like the video as well. Till I see you another time for our next discussion, enjoy the rest of your time. Bye!